Hello everybody and welcome to a new series for the channel. This is Starship Evo. It's by Moonfire Entertainment and we are going to be an explorer crash landed on a planet and trying to make our spaceship and get back into space and explore and fight pirates eventually. And it's all very good. It's a very new game. It's in early access at the moment, but it's still actually got quite a lot of stuff to do in it. So I'm going to start off by removing this, my Lady She-Lab one. Let's make sure it's Lady She-Lab one. Don't want to get rid of the She-Lab one because that's like a really, that's a big save. That's my save. That's my personal save. So we don't want to be doing that. So I want the Lady She-Lab. If you would like to copy my seed, that is my seed. And we want to be in survival. And I'd like to customize my appearance. I don't want to configure any mods because I don't have any. So I would like to be a human female. I would like to have long hair. If you want to know the different hairstyles, those are them. You can also be a mantis, a Felnir female, a shroom, a Felnir male, or a Kansi. I love that. You're not going to get a pun past me. They definitely can see with all of those eyeballs. So there's also a Vic and a Liflot. There's a couple of different hairstyles there. I don't know what hairstyles a Vic has. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, it doesn't because it's bald. Okay. Same with the Kansi because the hair is basically eyes. Makes sense. Yeah, so hairstyles are pretty much only for the little plant guy and the humans. I might go with a ponytail. Nice purple pony. We'll go in a bit closer. My eye color can be... Ooh, that's nice. Bright blue. Let's go with bright blue. And then let's have... There are various skin colors you can have, but I'm happy with what we've got. Suit color purple. Secondary, a little bit of a light blue. Let's pull out to the... not quite so sure about that. Cyan, isn't it? Blue. White. Grey. Oh, that's better. Blue too. That's a nice one. Okay, that will definitely do. Tertiary. Oh, okay. I think like black or grey. I think grey. I think grey is fine for tertiary. Okay, and let's go. So my aim for the first episode here is to get a ground base going. Have electricity up and running. Then second episode, I'm hoping to get some kind of ship together. So like a hovercraft, possibly maybe a full ship. I'll see how I go. Then episode 3, if I haven't managed the full flying ship by then, I'll get that done in episode 3. Beyond that, I'm not sure how long things are going to take, but that's kind of my plan for now. That's what I'm hoping to achieve. Okay, there's me. But that's probably all you're going to see of me for a while. So, I am stranded. This, I think, is my busted ship. Oh dear. How unfortunate. So the first thing I need to do... Luckily, I seem okay, and I don't seem to have any need to eat or any need to drink or anything like that yet. I am sure that over time, as this goes into full release, they'll probably add something like that. But no need at the moment. So open the codex with tab and then open the tool tab. That will allow me to access this, the mining tool. Click, click. It's not click and drag, it's click, click. Don't know why. I would imagine there's probably a few people that get a bit miffed by that. Like, why didn't you just let me click and drag like everyone else does? But it's one of those things, as long as you know, you're fine. A bit like, you know, there's certain cars where you can just actually... I'm talking to people that are probably driving automatics, aren't I? But certain cars you have to press the clutch in to start, and then others you don't. So if you're used to one that doesn't, and then all of a sudden, like, you are trying to start the car and it won't start because you haven't pressed the clutch in, and you're like, of course this has never happened to me. No. I've never gotten into a new car and been like, why can't I start it? When I test drove it, they just started it for me, and now I'm trying to start it myself. Oh, clutch. How did I get 117 bits of scrap there? What on earth did I pull apart? Good grief. I was only meant to get 15. Okay, well, anyway, now I'm massively overloaded. That's not ideal. I was just having a little chat, and then all of a sudden there's like 100 bits of scrap just jumped in my inventory. Did I just go a bit overboard? Who knows? Anyway, 5. Oh, sorry. 1 starter block. You can tell I did this before, can't you? 5 scrappy blocks. Don't worry, we'll need 8 at least. Okay, so now I need to craft some scrappy hull. Done that. So I can now learn the basics of building. So I want to put down the starter block on the ground. So it will turn green if you're making a ground-based base. And it will be blue if you're up in the air. Okay. Saying that it'll turn blue if you want to make a hovercraft. Place the scrappy hull onto the new base. The scrappy hull has several shape variants like hull. So you can switch shapes. There's several shapes. You can kind of see the ghost outlines of them there. You can also rotate the block around. Okay. You can delete a block with right click. Only if you've got kind of a building block of some type in your hand already. Like if I go there and try with the mining, I can't do it. If I have this scrappy block in my hand, then I can right click and delete. You can change the grid size with G. So full block, quarter block, half block. Larger grid size will consume a larger quantity. So if I went down to grid size of that, you'll see that it'll go down to something like... okay. It should be using up a quarter of a block at a time. Maybe it's not even using up that. That would use up a quarter, wouldn't it? No, that. No, but anyway, you can stretch the blocks. And if you press R, you can change which direction the stretching happens in. So that's quite cool. Don't really want to do that though. I want really full-size blocks to make my base. I'm supposed to paint 1 block. Guess what color I'm going to use? Can you tell? Oh, it's going to be so beautiful. Make it all purple. Right, so we have learned the art of building. Or, okay, maybe the basics rather than the full art. But, you know, we've made a bit of a base. I'm just going to finish this off with, like, another block. And then I might sort of make a bit of a way up with a little ramp there. Not sure if I could make more. Oh, yeah, I can. There we are. That's a nice ramp, isn't it? I didn't even know you could do that. The other thing you could do, if you wanted, I think anyway, you could make it, you could stretch the blocks out across the staircase to sort of make it more shallow if you wanted to. But I think this is okay. We're able to get up and down it, which is all I need. Okay, so open the codex with tab. Open the backpack tab. Open player progression tab. So you've got to do a few things on this as well. It kind of starts with like really easy stuff, and then it's like make a warp drive, kill all the pirate bases. So it does kind of escalate quite fast. Open the help tab and have a look at survival first steps. Yeah. Then equip the mine. Oh, sorry. Close the codex with tab. So we're going to probably go through survival first steps now, because I think that's going to be the end. Oh no, activate the scanner with V. Okay, so we can see where all the different ores and things are. And that's progression and help, mission finished. I'm guessing I'll probably just need, I think I might need to, I don't know, make more blocks or something just to get rid of some of this scrap. Who knows? Anyway, get to work and try to get back to orbit. So our job now is to try and get ourselves back into space. So we need to try and make a space worthy vehicle. So mining tool equipped, starter block made, scrappy hull made, crafting bench and crucible next. Okay, I think I'm gonna make, before I start that though, I'm gonna make a few more blocks and just expand this little base out a bit more. Things as I've got apparently all the scrap in the world. Like I said, I don't know if that was a bug or if I just got carried away. Actually not even sure. Okay, that should allow us to do quite a bit. So first I'm going to try and expand this out to at least 3 or 4 wide. And then we're going to just do a big stretch. Okay, so we're going to do this. I'm going to press R so it comes towards me. I'm going to walk backwards until it turns red. Sideways or whatever. There are 16 out of 17. Boom. We've got a nice big platform there that we can work on. You know something I might do? I can. If it will let me. Probably won't let me. So what I'm going to have to do, I think, is this. I'll craft one more. Let's see if I can pop it underneath there at all. No. Okay. Well, that's all right. That's fine. Worth a try. Do that. No, that won't work either. And I can't get rid of it. All right. That's fine. Who cares? I care a bit. I care a lot. Okay, shush. That's what I can do. In fact, let's make one more. Make it into a triangle. And then I can sort of do that with it. I can. There we are. Huh? How did that use so many? Oh, right, of course, because it used blocks to fill in the whole thing. That's fine. So it took 4 blocks to make that, I think. There we are. So that's just a really nice slope going up there. Gonna paint it all purple. I think, honestly, the fact it's all made out of scrap, it doesn't matter so much that it's all kind of in pieces a little bit. And I'll probably redo a lot of this anyway. And honestly, I'll probably pull this all apart to make my spaceship out of anyway. But for now, we need it. And the first thing we need is a crafting bench. And for that, we're going to need a bit of wood. So, let's head to these lovely, lovely trees over here. Backpack in tow. I'll just cut one down for now. And hopefully very, very soon. Ugh, come on. I can make myself a way to get going a bit faster. Alright, we're back up here now. Let's craft our workbench. And we are properly getting started now. So in here, we can make ourselves a crucible if we have 4 plates and 4 pieces of stone. So let's go find some stone, which is dotted all around the place. And these big ones you can't pick up. The littler ones you can. 2, a quartz there, 3, 4. There. I may have been able to pick up a large stone in slot 6 there. No, it's just normal stone. Okay. So then I'm going to need a couple of bits of plate, which I think I have to make on the workbench. Okay. They are not handcrafted things. So now I know. So all my components are up here. So I want to make 4 of these. They come in 2s, I think. Yeah, that's right. 2, 4. Crucible. Beautiful. Lovely. So you can see in here we've got a bit of storage capacity. So I'm going to try and throw as much of my scrap. Ah, yes, it all went in. Very nice. Throw as much of my scrap as possible into there. I'll keep my purple paint. Right. Next job, I think, and we're going to just go through as it tells me to from the survival first steps. So done the mining tool, done the starter block, done the scrappy hull, done the crafting bench and crucible. So my next job is going to be to make a hoverboard edition so that I can move a bit faster around the place. So backpack and helmet for more information. So let's have a look in backpack and helmet. So you can press tab to open your codex, click the backpack icon to open the inventory tab, drag and drop equipment into the relevant slots. So you can see here we've got an equipment tab. The helmet is essential for survival in environments with no oxygen. The scanner is with V, which we already did. And we've got other add-ons that we can have, such as extended inventory space. And there's also ones for helping mining speed and things like that. And then for locomotion, you've got the hoverboard or scooter. So it didn't really tell you too much about how to make it or anything, but I'm pretty sure it's in here. 2 plates and 2 copper spools. So let's make 2 plates to start with, because that's going to be the easiest part of this. She says, oh yeah, I put all my scrap in the furnace. I was very overloaded, to be fair, but I've managed to, you know, like an absolute boss, I've used it all. So 2, 4. Then I'm going to need a little bit of wood. Did I not just pick up wood? I did indeed just pick up wood. So and then I'm going to need some copper. Sorry, so copper spool. I think I need wood and copper. That's right. So I need 2 of them. I've got 3 pieces of wood, which is apparently all I've got left. Wow, okay. And we're going to need some copper. Right. Hopefully, this might take a little bit of a long time because I'm walking on foot to go get this copper. Oh, it's all the way over there. Of course it is. And there's some behind here. So let's see if that's easy enough to access. How far away is that? Just over here. Oh, I swear, things in this, you think they're close and then they're just so not. It looks like it's close to the surface though, so that might make it a bit easier to mine at least. Doesn't look like it's too far down. So let's see if we can find it. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to be looking at the moment, while I don't have very good mining tools and things, my best bet is to try and get ores that are as close to the surface as I can. I don't want to be doing too much deep digging to get to them. It was only 2 copper spools, wasn't it? My inventory's nearly full as well, so we'll just make exactly what we need for now, because it's going to make moving around so much easier once we have this hoverboard. It's very nice. You would not believe how much faster you go. Ah, stuck on a tree. Right. And then onto purple Sheila base. Yay! Oh no, I'm gonna need wood just to smelt it. Okay, let's use one piece of wood if I can. I can't. Why can't I? I should be able to split a stack, right? Okay, yes, used it for fuel and then I can take the other two out. Lovely. Hopefully that'll be enough to smelt two. Fingers very, very crossed. Super crossed fingers. So by the way, I know we're like 20 minutes in, but I'm hoping that you're going to be liking what's happening with the channel splits. So we're on the channel at the moment, Sheila Uncut. You might not have even realized. I might have put this like sneaked this onto the main channel with the playlist and you've clicked on it, but you're actually on Sheila Uncut channel. This is the channel you want to be subscribed to if you want to see serial content, if you want to see a big series of space game or farming game or whatever it is I'm doing at the time. I like survival for series and I really like farming games as well for series. They just make nice long chill series. That's what's going to be over here. Maybe the odd simulator, but I would say there's probably going to be more sort of simulation games like shop sims and things like that over on the other channel, where we'll be doing a lot of just one-offs and demos and just looks at things. If I like the look of something, then it'll get played in more depth over here. I very much expect as well that things like Evershine will be played over here as well. Okay, so I'm going to put... No, I need the copper. What am I doing? Chatting away about my plans, my grand plans, and not actually playing the game. But I think it's important that everyone knows like where we're standing with things and how things have changed. Like, YouTube has changed so much since I started. When I started, this sort of content was really, really popular, and you know, you could just do this kind of content and everyone would love it, and a lot of people still love it, but it's just not enough anymore. So this channel, I don't ever have to worry about it doing great on the algorithm or anything like that. This can just be where we chill, and then the main channel can do the heavy lifting. And then I can just be free to not worry about this one. Just make what I want. So, you know, I think there's a frustration there with a lot of people watching, that it's changed and it's had to change. And it's just nice to have a place where I can just do what I used to do. I really wish that's all I had to do sometimes. It can be stressful doing demos, but at the same time, there's a kind of beauty to them that I get to see such a range of games that I would never have gotten to see otherwise. So I really do appreciate that too. Okay, anyway, moving on. Big old rant there. So we're going to be making this hoverboard backpack add-on. So now we get to move fast, and that makes such a difference to your gameplay. So we're going to put that in here. No, we're not. We're going to put it in here because that's where the locomotion goes. And we, you notice down by the little scanner icon, you got a new one called P. And once you do that, you've got this little hoverboard, and you can tap W and just run around really fast on it. I'll try not to go around in too many circles in case I make anyone throw up or something, but that's what we can do with that. So then I'm going to want some other add-ons and things, and I'm going to want to probably move towards some electricity and things. So let's just see what survival guide says, because, you know, that's what we're trying to go through. So I want to try and do what it tells me. So hoverboard add-on is done. We want to do some inventory add-ons to carry more. Yeah, okay. Let's go and have a quick look. Now we've had a play on the hoverboard. I'll probably just... Oh, actually, I was going to say I'll probably keep that on all the time, but it's a little bit difficult sometimes to maneuver. Let's see what the inventory add-on needs, because I think it'd be important to make... I'm going to make 2 of them then. It's only a bit of scrap, so make 2 of them. Eventually, I will need to use that slot for like a jetpack. But for now, we can't make one yet. So we'll just make storage add-ons. So I've got 1,700 liters of storage now, which is a lot better. I'll also need to make a helmet, but I'll need glass for that. And I can also make like speed add-ons and things. But I think I'm going to need gold for that if I remember rightly. Yeah, so I could make a crystal mining thing. I could make a thing to make trees and scrap easier to get. But honestly, I think we want to just go for this one straight away. So this is the one to mine ores. And that is what you're going to be spending your majority of your time doing. You might get a few trees. You might get the odd crystal. I actually don't mine crystals very much at all in this game because I use stone to make silicone. So I don't need quartz. So there you go. So I think we won't worry too much about any of that stuff. So I think as far as add-ons are concerned, I'm done for now. Jetpack, once I'm able to get a bit of like silicon and gold and things like that. Also, I need an assembler to make it. So I'm pretty sure that's the next thing on the survival guide. If I'm right. Next thing on the survival guide is to make assembler. And an arc furnace and a wind turbine. So how about the first thing we do is make a nice big wind turbine so we've got lots of power to our base. I think that's a good way to start. Maybe I should put this away so I can walk like a normal person. Okay, cool. So let's see what we need for a wind turbine. So a wind turbine needs construction components that are made out of, I think, iron. Yeah, iron. We need silver contact mesh and we need copper spool. Just one copper spool though. So I only made 2 pieces of copper. Okay. So how about we put away all the scrap we've got just in here. And the stone. So I've got plenty of room to carry things. And then I'm going to go get as much copper as possible, as much iron as possible. I'll make some wind turbines. On the way, I might take down a tree and make a tiny bit of extra storage. I'll see if I need it. I think to start with, let's go get some copper because we already found some. And it was quite a nice little copper vein. I think it was that one over there. I was telling me to stop using shift. But everything else in the world, when you want it to go faster, uses shift. Why wouldn't this hoverboard do the same? Also, have I gone past it? Yes, I think I have. It was this one. Oh, now I'm going to fall down the hole. Okay, so that's one thing I need to try and avoid doing is falling down the hole. So I don't know if I need to make maybe a bit of a ramp here to get back out, just until I can get like a jetpack or something so I can actually get myself out. If you do fall down a hole and you just can't get out, press F5, go into no clip mode, and you can just, it's as if you got a jetpack on. Oh, and also you can go through the floor and stuff, but you know, I don't really want to use that. I've just shown you that in case you really get stuck somewhere and you're really struggling and you just can't work out how to get out. I might end up sticking myself in here. We'll have to see. So ideally by the end of the episode, I want to have a fully operational starter base. It's looking quite nice. Has a decent amount of wind turbines on it. I've got the arc furnace done. I've got the assembler ready. Then I think we'll be in a really good position to make some vehicles. Sheila bunker. Tell I'm feeling good about that change. By the way, the stream VODs will still be over here as well. Why don't you get back to streaming Fantasy Life? Those of you that don't know, I had some horrible problems with my lungs recently. Getting better from that, but I still think that doing my episodes in like 2-hour chunks is better for me, because then if I feel like I'm running out of breath or my chest hurts or whatever, then I can just take a break at 2 hours. Whereas with the stream, it'd be a bit rubbish if I finished after 2 hours. So I'm just waiting until I can really be confident that I can go for at least 4 hours without needing to have a lie down. But it is not a nice thing having blood clots in your lungs. Getting better all the time, but it's a well-known thing that it's a slow process with this sort of thing. This particular issue, anyway. How am I doing? Oh, yes. 3/4 of the way through the inventory now. Mining is such a... I used to do this in Porsche all the time, didn't I? Have a little mining chat. That's probably what... I should have had the chat about the channel while I was doing mining rather than when I was trying to do things around the base and I actually needed to concentrate. All right, we're overextended now, so let's see if we can get out. If I need to maybe just do a little bit of lowering of the terrain to get myself out. Oh, it's nearly there. It's nearly there. Made myself like a little lip there, but that's not quite good enough. Come on. Get me out. Told you I might struggle to get out. Nearly there. Nearly there. I keep saying that, don't I? Nearly there, and then I'm not nearly there. There we are. Now we're there. Hoverboard, go! Wait, I can see the ship. We can go and offload all of that copper. Next thing I should probably get, actually, as much as I said I need silver and iron and everything like that, the next thing I think I'm going to want is some coal, because at the moment I can't really burn that without using up all my wood, and I need my wood for other things. So let's see if we can find some coal nearby. Yeah, copper, cobalt, gold. Silver, cobalt, coal. Lovely. Let's go get that. Hoping it won't be too far underground. Might even have some surface coal there. I don't think it's going to be surface. That looks quite far down. Let's see if I can see any more from here. There's another patch over there. Let's see how close to the surface that is. That cobalt is right on the surface, which is nice. That coal is not. I'm going to go on to the next one. I'd rather spend 5 extra seconds moving on to the next patch than spend 10 minutes trying to dig through. And this is just from experience. Spend 10 minutes trying to dig through dirt to get to the thing I need, especially because it's so hard for me to get out at the moment. And my mining lasers are so weak. So obviously we've only been playing for like half an hour, so... I really come out here with like 38 stone in my inventory. I think I'm just going to overload. I'm going to get like 20 or so coal and just overload it, and then just go back on the hoverboard and hope. Okay, that should do for... That should keep me going for a bit, so... Okay, I'm clearly not too badly overloaded. I'm not seeing home, though. Where's home? Maybe a little bit slow. So basically this means that while I go mining, the crucible can be busy just making stuff. I'm wondering whether to do a second crucible as well. Might be worth it. Just be a bit quicker with things. Depends. Well, what does it take to make a crucible? Oh, plates and stone. I've got loads of stone. Probably quite a bit of scrap. Yeah, okay. Let's just get this going first. So I'm going to put 10 bits of coal in there. I'm going to put half my copper in. And then I'm going to make a new one. Oh, scrap. I need my scrap back. So let's make a couple of plates. So I tell you what, parallel processing never hurt anyone. Okay, so stick the other half of the coal in there. And just grab the other half of the iron. Also, it gives me another 4,000 storage capacity, which is not to be sniffed at. Okay, good stuff. Hopefully by the time I come back from now, I don't know whether to go back for more coal. I don't know how long that's going to last. So I think what happens is that one piece of coal has been, yeah, about a quarter of a piece of coal is doing one piece of copper. So it does last a while, but it's not going to last forever. I think I go for iron or something next then. Copper, cobalt, silver, coal, iron, please. Anywhere? Coal, 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 coal everywhere. I've just gone a little bit of a run. See if I can find any. I know. I'm looking for stuff. It's like, you can go faster, Sheila. I know. Why am I not finding any iron? Oh, there's some. Okay. Why is that the tiniest bit of iron ever? I'm going to go for this one up here. Because it's way bigger. And it looks quite high to the surface as well. Which is what you want. Yeah, it's right on the surface. Fabulous. I did not want to do that. I actually wanted to come off my hoverboard. But you know what I'm like. I never press the right buttons. Good job I'm a YouTuber and not like a brain surgeon, right? Grab as much of this as we can. Head back. Dump it off. Start it smelting. Go find some silver. Gold and cobalt I won't bother too much with, so I think we'll do iron, copper, silver. Get them all smelted up. And that should be enough to get the base up to electricity. Which is very much what I need to do. Okay, we're nearly full. This is a lovely big iron spot. I'll never find it again. Because that's just how things work in this world for me. I find a lovely spot for something and never find it again. No. This way. I like to scan a lot because it keeps me on task. It keeps me on track as to where things are. I don't get lost that way. have a sense of direction when I'm driving a car in real life. I do not have a sense of direction in games. Avak always like a lot of jokes that I have the real life direction sense and he has the gaming direction sense. And I think that's probably quite true. All right, so let's go back into that. Let's take the copper out of this one and pop the iron in instead. And then pop some copper back into this one. Oops. And then I'll take the copper ingots that have been used out. No, I won't. No, we're not at that stage yet, Sheelab. Get ahead of yourself. I'll put a few stones in here as well, so I could just make use of that inventory space there. 2,000 in each of those, which is great. Pop the copper. No, copper needs to go in here. Lovely. So now we've got a furnace doing copper. There's 17 copper bars. We've got a furnace doing. We've already got a couple of iron ingots there. So now I think I just need to go for some silver and some more coal. So I think we'll do silver first. And I'm sure there was some not too far away. Now I'm hoping that it's not going to be too low below the surface. I don't know about that one. I wonder if I could find one that's closer to the surface. Gold over there. Lots of cobalt around. Lots of choice for cobalt. Silver, not so much. Have a look around here. Just gonna speed up on the hoverboard a bit. There'll be some around somewhere, just waiting to be harvested, I'm sure. There's always one, isn't there? Come on, silver. Doesn't want me to scan that often, does it? Come on, I know you're somewhere. Like I say, like an extra few minutes, even an extra minute of checking is better than spending hours digging. I think that might be close to the surface, so let's have a look. Yeah, I think I can see that peeking out. That's what we want. Okay. And lucky for me, I did properly empty my inventory before we started. Should be able to get a good amount of this before we have to go back. The ideal thing is going to be having some kind of little craft that I can... Oh no, I've fallen in. I need to do that. Try and get out if I can. Ah, stop falling in, Sheila. I make like a bit of a slope going in. Yeah. But yeah, sorry, the ideal thing will be have a vehicle with storage on it, and I can bring the vehicle to the ore nodes. That once we've got that going on, we'll be able to do so much. Okay, halfway done. So I've got a decent cache of silver, a decent cache of iron, and a decent cache of copper. You can do quite a lot. There's the odd thing you'll need some gold for, and cobalt, you'll probably need that in a bit. But to start with, copper, then iron, then silver, then probably gold, then cobalt. So if you've got copper, iron, and silver at this point in the game, you've probably got most of the things you need. I'm nearly full. I think. Or I get stuck down a hole or something. Alright, so want to have a little scanner-rooney. Find out where my base is. She-Lab's like, no idea where my base is. I feel like it was in this direction. Oh, yeah, it was. That's me, like, I got no direction sense, but I think it was over here. Oh, yeah. So we're halfway through the episode, and it feels like we haven't done a lot. But what we have done is all of the mine, well, probably most of the mining we're going to need to do. I think if I do one more haul of coal and properly actually fill my inventory with it rather than filling it with stone this time. Although if you look at it, I've only got 33 silver there and I've got 41 stone. If I threw all the stone out, I could probably do a lot more, but I kind of do want the stone. I'm going to need it for solar panels soon, so I don't really want to leave it behind if I've worked to get it. It's coal. Is it really? There's coal like right by the ship. Okay, well then that won't be too hard for me to go and find them, will it? No. Feeling a bit silly about going so far earlier for it though. Right, so the iron is still on the go. The copper is also still on the go, but I'm going to change the copper over and put silver in instead. How full is that? Oh, 170 out of 2,000. But that's not good. How full is that? 1.8. Gosh, okay. I think I am going to need to go and find a tree. And make maybe a small wooden storage box. Just for excess stone and things. But, you know, it's all things that we can do while the smelters are smelting. Smelters are smelting their smelty stuff. So, yeah, I'm just going to pop a box or two just off the side here. Probably one. It seems as I only got 6 pieces of wood. Oh, no, I could do 2, actually. Let's do 2. Because then what I can do with it, I can, on the side of it here, just do that. Do a stretched box. And that'll be 2,000, whereas each one of the boxes alone would be 1,000. So you can make bigger inventories if you want to. Once you've got better materials, you can make better things, better crates that hold more per block. All right, so put the copper there, take the stone out. Store the things that you actually want to smelt in the smelters. Everything else can go in this crate. Oh, and that's almost... Oh, I was going to say it almost perfectly fits, but it doesn't. Not even slightly. There's stone there as well. Oh my goodness. How much stone do I need? Really? I was there like, I will need the stone eventually. Can't even fit it. Okay, let's see if I can put the scrap in the other one. Or whether... Yeah, okay, the scrap in here. Silver, copper. Actually, in a minute, that copper can go in there to be smelted. So, yeah, let's keep it there. Right, so what we can do with some of this stuff once it's done is to make ourselves a wind turbine, I would say. So I'm going to need construct mesh, construction components, and silver. Right, copper spool, silver contact, construction. So I need wood, copper. We've got copper. Silver. We've got silver. Iron. We've got iron. And more iron. Okay. That's not too bad at all. Might need a bit more wood though. So let's go and chop down some more trees while the silver is smelting out. And then we're going to start to see real progress. I've spent a long time like collecting stuff to make this happen, but then I should have enough to be going for a little while. So I'm just going to cut down a few trees. I know I don't really have the storage space for it, but actually maybe I could use some of the trees to make more storage, couldn't I? But yeah, those copper spools need wood, so they're a little bit annoying. You seem to need them for everything, and then you need wood for everything. And then you're in the middle of space and there is no wood. And you're like, I gotta go to a planet now. So top tip from me, make sure you've got enough wood before you leave this planet. You don't know when you're going to find another good one like this. Not that you can't come back to this one, obviously, you know, it's not like you're not allowed or something. Okay. Let's see how we're doing with the silver. So we've got a bit of silver now. So let's take the silver, let's take the copper, let's take the iron. Let's take the wood. Let's take a little bit of stone. Between all of that, I should be able to make what I need. So let's make ourselves, how much was it? 411. Okay, so one of these, and 4 of these. That should allow me to make 1 wind turbine. And then we have power. I'll put it right there, so it's kind of out of the way because I need this area for my arc furnace. Right, so the next thing I want to do is make myself a assembler. So I need 2, 6, and 10. Okay, 6 spools. Two of these, and then I'm going to need to get a little bit of scrap together, about 5 scrap. Oh, did I make too many of those? Yeah, I did. That's okay. I might want to make more wind turbines anyway, so that's fine. So the next thing I want to do is find where I put all my scrap. And I'll put it somewhere. Here it is. Make 10 plates. Templates made, lovely, and then I can make hopefully an assembler, and then we can do away with this crafting table forever. Wonderful. And this has 4,000 inventory. Woohoo! Lovely. Put that away. I don't know if you can scrap it or something. I tend to just keep everything in storage like a massive pack rat. Okay, so now we have this, which is amazing because we've got all this stuff we can make. It's so good. So much stuff. But what we need to make first, because that's what the quest has told us to do, is make ourselves an arc furnace. So let's do it. I was going to first try and make 40 plates. Oh, it makes plates out of the iron. Interesting. Guess I'll probably need to get ourselves some more iron in that case. Okay, while it makes the arc furnace then, which I think it will be able to do. I think. I don't think there's anything it needs that... So it needs 40 plates. So that's like 10 irons worth of plates. 4 copper spools, which we've got plenty for. Silver contact mesh. Ah, not enough silver. But we're making some in the furnace right now, so let's add that in. I should allow it to make the silver contact mesh. How are we doing for coal? Kind of done with all our coal. Okay, so I'm going to go and mine this coal over here. I don't even need my hoverboard for. I can't believe I missed that. Like, how? It's right there. A special kind of me thing missing something like that, isn't it? Yeah, this will be good. We'll just load up the furnaces. Because even once we have an arc furnace, if we don't have enough power for it, while I'm still building up the power, I'm going to want this coal just to keep everything else going. So I'll probably just use the arc furnace for, like, gold and silicon, because you can only make those on that. And then I'll start to try and build up some solar panels and things. Some batteries. And then we're going to pull it all down and turn it into a spaceship. Getting there, aren't we? Nice thing about this is I can come and get some more quite easily. Right, there we are. Overloaded backpack, but that's fine because I need to walk over here. Yet more stone. Again, I'll store. I'm storing stone everywhere, but eventually we'll process it. Don't worry. And we can put 20 coal in each one, and I can finish off that copper smelt. How are we doing on the arc furnace? It's done. Nice. Just pop that there. Probably hanging off the edge because it's massive. This thing, it's huge. So I will be maybe expanding the base to fit it properly, but that's absolutely brilliant. So the next thing I think we need to do in survival first steps. What are we at? We're just an hour in, so I've built a pretty good starter base, fully electric, with an arc furnace in the first hour. I think that's really good. Then we're building a hovercraft. Next, okay. I think before I build a hovercraft, though, I want to do a bit more mining. Yeah. Hovercraft computer, yoke, link tool. I could make a very small hover. Just to show you what a hover is. I'll make one like that or something because I honestly want to move straight onto spaceships. So how about we spend the very end of this episode. So I need 4 hoverpods, hovercraft computer. I'll take some scrap and I'll inventory make a few scrap bits. Scrappy hull. Just while it's making the other stuff. I'll make like about 30 blocks. That should be enough because I'm not going to make it out of huge blocks like this one. Okay. And I'm just going to use the hovercraft for like I'm not going to even use it for mining or anything. I'm just going to use it as a little bit of a shuttle bus to go and grab more stuff. So, right. So it looks like it's gotten a bit stuck. It looks like it doesn't have any iron left or any silver left. Let's see if there's anything been made. So some silver has been made there. Some copper has been made there, but we seem to be completely out of iron. So let's go get some. Let's not take all the scrap and the blocks with us, though. Oh, goodness me. I'm going to start throwing the stones into the arc furnace because I can. I'll keep the scrap in case I want to make scrappy blocks, but honestly, I probably will start to want to instead make the smooth hull. I'm not really sure. I might even just leave this base up, honestly, with the scrappy blocks and make hull. Right, so that arc furnace isn't going very well. So one thing we probably could do with doing is getting another thing together, another, what would it be called? Wind turbine. Another wind turbine together, but let's just go and get some iron first. Our iron was kind of around the corner here, wasn't it? It's across the plains, around the corner. Sure, it was like down here somewhere. That's a massive thing of copper there. This is my problem. I find something cool and then I never find it again. Find the world's massivest copper deposit and then it's right by the surface and then I cannot find it again. Okay, so there was something here, a large copper deposit. Iron deposit. It looks like it's a surface deposit. It's not one I've touched before, but you know what? That's absolutely fine. I can cope with this. So we'll spend the rest of the episode, as much as I do want to try and start on a hovercraft, trying to make the base a little bit more power stable. So I'm going to increase the size of the wind turbine quite a bit so that the arc furnace can just go. It's fast once it gets enough power. We're doing for, oh, we're nearly done again. Usually by the time I stop talking about stuff, I'm like, okay, are we nearly, oh yeah, we're nearly done. One more. There we are, perfect. So we've got 38 pieces of iron there, which will do us for 3 seconds. Trying to have a drink while I'm on my hoverboard. Sheelab uncut. Yeah. You're like, don't lie, Sheelab. You would do this on your main channel too. Yeah, okay, yes, I know. I probably would. This is where all the cool kids hang out, right? Okay. Anyone that says cool kids is not a cool kid. Not that I ever pretended to be one. Okay, so we have iron to smelt. How's the silicon going? Oh, we've got 2 silicon now. Nice. So let's get this iron in half. Do half across each furnace. We'll get the silver and the copper into the assembler. any stone needs to just go straight into that furnace. Be made into silicon. As soon as the iron starts getting done, get that across so that the assembler can start making my hovercraft bits. I actually managed quite a few. Managed 2 of the hoverpods. I'm impressed. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need a starter block as well. So, do you got any more scrap bits? In there, didn't I? Just make a starter block out of scrap bits, and we can use that for the starts of the hovercraft. I'm trying my best to always have something to do while the game is doing something. So yeah, I can go up in the sky. Starter block based on terrain starts a terrain entity. A starter block in open space starts a vehicle. New vehicle entities float at first, so you can build, and then you can move them using the anti-grav tool. As soon as you start flying or driving, it will be released from stasis and may turn over. So you want to just make sure it's nice and stable. I'll probably make a hovercraft exactly like that one. I believe you can just remove the starter block and it'll still kind of work, but probably need the starter block at least to start with. So I'd already made 30 of these. I'll use the starter block anyway. I'll just make it part of the construction. I don't think it matters. Just do something like that. And I want my hovers. And I'm guessing some thrusters. I really need to up the electricity here as well. Let's move across any iron we've got so that it doesn't run out of resources. It's making those. It's always like a little bit of a struggle early on, and then as you get more power, it becomes very easy. Is there anything that I'm short on? Not really. Okay, so I think the next thing that I would like to do, I might actually bring back out my crafting bench, because there's one more thing that I haven't done using that. Oh, learn the systems and logic needed to create a hovercraft. Place a computer, place a yoke, link them. Place the hoverboards in the corner. Select the hovercraft computer, check the center of mass is close. Needs to move forward, place some thrusters. Make sure it's producing enough power. Oh, I need power cells, okay. I need a seat. Okay. I'm guessing that like that came up because it had made... No, it hadn't. Oh, how weird. I hadn't even made anything. Okay, well, stick on some hoverpods. Don't know how well they're going to keep this thing up, but I'll try my best. But yeah, anyway, while I was thinking about it, we still haven't got any gold together. So I'm thinking that while I'm waiting, because it's going to be a little bit while everything's happening with that, let's go get some gold. If I can. It's a little bit over there. Okay. I'll see how close to the surface it is. We might want to go and find a different spot if it's not very accommodating. Looks all right though. It's not too far down. No, it's not. It's visible. Nice. See? Let's splodge there. So gold should be attainable. No point in really digging for it too much until you've got the arc furnace up and running anyway. But at this point, it kind of is worth getting a little bit. So while I've got a bit of time on my hands, mine this out. And then also I might go get a little bit of cobalt as well. Because every time we're building things, we're getting more and more storage as well. I'm trying to stand at the edge of this hole here so I can not have to worry about needing a jetpack. I'd like a jetpack by the end of this episode as well. We've got, what, 20 minutes? Or maybe a little more, because I can always run it a bit long. But I'd like to have a small hovercraft done. Base up to full electric. Arc furnace done, which we've already done. Maybe a few solar panels. Definitely going to need some, like, power. Some batteries and things. And base storage. Okay, we're done now. Go. Okay. So I'm going to throw the gold in and the stone actually all into the arc furnace. Okay, there's not quite enough room. Rather it did the gold first. And as much stone as possible. And the rest of the stone can go... Oh yeah, we could totally fit it in here. It's fine. The rest of the scrappy hull, could that go in the box? Yeah. Yeah, we're doing much better for space now because we've got 2,000 there. 2, 4, 6, 7? No, 4,000 there. 2, 4, 6, 10. 12,000 space now. Just so much better. How are you doing, assembler? You're missing some stuff, aren't you? So you've got enough copper and silver and iron. Ah, you need a little bit of silicone. Okay, well, luckily for you, I've been making you some in the background. So hopefully that should get it going again. Yeah, needed to make glass. I need silicone for that. So our other 2 hovers are there. Let's pop those on. No point asking for a seat and stuff until it's done the other bits. So that should keep us vaguely upright. Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to probably need this quite a bit. I'll turn us back upright if we turn upside down. Make a computer, then it's got to make 6 pieces of glass. Okay. We definitely need to beef up this wind turbine. So, silver, copper, iron. Iron seems to be very much a problem at the moment. Oh no, it's not. It's just I hadn't put it in. Actually have plenty. I was going to say I thought I'd gotten some recently. How's it run out so fast? That's okay, because we've got 34... iron. 17 silver and 24 copper. That should make everything we need to make this episode easily. Keep going with the silicone. I'm just trying to think, what else can I do while I'm waiting on things? I am going to need a seat. I'm gonna need a power. Probably just one will be okay. Actually, two. I need one on the base and one on the... And I'm gonna need batteries. I think they're called power cells. Yeah. Make like 4 of those. I think that's all I need. It's nearly made me my computer, which is brilliant. Stick that on the back. Oh no, it's the wrong way around. It's fine. Does not matter. So you can change a few things here. You can change the repulsor spring stiffness, so how much it kind of bounces up and down and things. Dampening, anti-roll, anti-pitch. Now that they're up quite a bit, and I think that's to stop it toppling. And then auto roll while turning is down to 0. So this is a very stable build by the looks of it already. So if you want to be more responsive and less stable, then you can certainly tweak those settings. I think I'll probably be fine not. What are we doing here? Making some bits and bobs. Okay. Just thinking, what should I do while I'm waiting? I'm going to go mine some cobalt. No, let's do some more iron, actually. You know, I know I'm going to run out of iron. Like, seriously badly, really quickly. So, may as well get on top of it before I need to. I'm pretty sure there was some iron in this kind of vague direction. So we'll cut out the middleman and go straight in a diagonal direction. There's a good little bit of iron. Nice. This place is going to be so full of holes. I have to move away from here soon. Just fall in holes all the time. Once I get into space, I'm not coming back, so it's fine. Just desecrate the earth. Just scorch it before I leave. But yeah, this makes sense. Just got lots of iron. I'd like to get to... We've got, like I say, about 10 minutes left. I think probably... Oh, the entity has not been renamed. I should call that She-Lab's hovercraft. I should probably save my base as well. So I'll go back, I'll save all my blueprints. Definitely something to bear in mind before you go fighting or anything. If you spent ages, like 4 hours, building your wonderful end of game ship that you're gonna love and keep forever, do make sure you save it. Overloaded. Can't believe I just managed to jump out of there, but I'll take the win. Getting a better sense of direction, actually, for where I'm gone and where I need to go back to. Ooh, okay, that's a bit of cobalt there. So I am going to come back to that in just a minute. So that's going to be quite useful. Okay, so that's some more iron. I'll throw that in there. A little bit more stone. I'll throw that in there. How are we doing with all of this? It's still just going. It's still just doing it. Nothing particular has been finished yet. So I'm just going to head out and get that stuff I found. was it? I think it was this one over here. No. Find something once, you're never going to find it again, are you? The law of Sheilab. I feel like it was this one over here. No. What on earth was it I found? Maybe it wasn't cobalt. Maybe it was like silver or something. Well, I'm still going to go and look and see if I can find one that's sticking out of the ground. Because I don't like digging. That's better. Yeah, so I'm going to build the like most basic of basic hovercrafts. Now, I feel like, I don't know if you've ever played Empyrean Galactic Survival. In that game, generally, unless you're wanting to besiege a fortress or something, and you want to absolutely tank the heck out of something, the best thing to build is a small light ship. You don't really want to stick with hovers much longer than you have to. And in this game, you don't really have to for very long at all. So I'm going to build a basic hover, and that's more just to show you what a hover's all about. I honestly think if I was just playing this game from scratch again, just on my own, I would go straight for a small ship. Backpack's overloaded. Lovely. That's probably more than I'm going to need for a long time then. Honestly, I feel like I'm quicker at this mining malarkey then. So I'm imagining this is going to be arc furnace to get this smelted as well. Just a wild guess, but I think if I put this in here, it probably won't go. No, thought so. Put that in there. Still making silicon. But I think that's a good thing. I'm going to take out the stone though and put the cobalt in and put stone back in. So we can do like all of them. Okay, so we've got an entity that hasn't been renamed. So for a start, the current entity here, I need a second seat. The current entity, I think, is my base. So Sheilab base. Save blueprint. Then I'm going to need a seat, which I actually have now, apparently. Yay! I'll put that onto here. Do you know what I don't have, and it would be super useful if I did have, is a jetpack. Because it's a bit hard to build when you're stuck on the floor. Power cell base is still not done. No. Are we waiting for anything? We've got silicon, silver, copper. No, just waiting for electricity, really. So the sooner I get that second wind turbine, the better. Next thing I would probably want to go and mine again would be some silver. I think copper tends to last a while. Yeah, that's all of it. Got 43 iron. That should last me a bit. We're down to 14 pieces of wood though. Throw that silicone in there. But yeah, the problem, it's nice that you can put things back in. The problem with getting the seat, oh no, you can't reach. I need this. It's taking so long to do everything though. Okay, so a watched pot never boils. I'm sure within the next 5 minutes that's all going to be done and we'll be able to get this all together and sorted. So I'm going to need to put the seat on once I can fly. Maybe I could jump on my whole... Actually, yeah, I can. I can jump way higher. That's actually another good way then to get out of a hole if you need to. There's also jump packs which are easier to make than jetpacks, but I really want a jetpack because that'll just be me for the rest of the series at that point. Okay. Unfortunately, don't have the seat on me. Oh, and I haven't done a yoke either. Still a lot for me to do. If I get the seat done, I can at least name it. Right. For some reason the hoverboard doesn't always go away. But yeah, I'll probably like pull this apart really swiftly. I also need thrusters. Most of that can all be repurposed. The nice thing about this is you don't have to build like small, medium, and large. So if you build like one large thruster, you can separate that into like 8 small ones or something. Or 4 or whatever it is. But then if you take them back off and you want one big one out of that, you can do that. So they add back up. So it's about how much building material you're using rather than having to sort of make a small thruster and then you never use it again. There's a few things like maybe the crafting bench and things like that that will become obsolete, but most of the things you use don't become obsolete, which is a really nice feature of the game. All my power cells are done. Very nice. Shame about no power cell base though. Oh, we're making the power cores now. Okay. Well, that's getting better. In the meantime, rather than doing that, let's put away this stone. So I've got some room. Go and get some silver. Because as much as I want to sit here looking at things, waiting for them to happen, that's not the best and most productive use of my time. What I want is to have all of the mining done already. So that it's there when I want it. I know. Shush. It's like, if you know, then why do you keep doing it? Because I do. I'm sure I had a silver that was all nice and opened up already. I'm going too fast to see it though, aren't I? F-E-A-G. What's it? Over here, is that quite close to the surface? Who knows? Oh yeah, I already dug that one out. Nice. Okay. So it's nice when you find one you've already started. And this, oh yeah, this was a really nice sort of slope going down. I like it. I like it a lot. So what I'm hoping to do soon, very, very soon, is to get that done on the workbench. But I do need the gold to be smelted first. And to be honest, it's been working on silicon quite a lot. And all the things I'm making need glass. So it's kind of like a bit of a toss-up between the two. And to be honest, the mining at the moment is going quicker than the machinery is. So I will flip around. I will eventually get a lot more power in the base, but it takes a little bit of time just to build it up. Obviously, we're an hour and a half in now. I feel like we've made really good progress. We've made a full base, got it up to electric, got the arc furnace, got a hovercraft mostly built. I will finish it by the end of the episode, and then we'll get some storage onto it so that I can carry a little bit more back with me each time, and then we can expand the base a lot, and then I can maybe start making my small ship. Oh, I shouldn't be doing that too much because I won't get out again. It's important that you have an escape route when you don't have a jetpack. But the jetpack is coming. I just gotta wait. I'm just gonna be patient. It's on its way. All the stuff is there for it. It just needs the power. Alright. Time to go home. Every time you hear it go whoosh, that's me pressing W. Whoosh, whoosh. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Bounce, 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 bouncy, bouncy, bounce. Okay, so let's slow down. Let's throw that into the furnace. Which is why I said I needed to keep the coal, because I knew that for a while that arc furnace wouldn't be very fast. I think that one needs a bit more coal in it. 6, 8, 7. Yeah, that should do. I'm going to put gold at the front of the queue there. It's the only thing that's not being made, and it would help me greatly with my mining. Okay, we can't fit any more iron in. Okay, I'm just going to pop it back in here. Just for storage sake. It's where I would think to look for it. Gosh, it's still going with whatever it's trying to do. It's making some plates now. Should have done the turbine first. Pro tip for next time. Do the turbine first. In theory, it should be making the turbine first. It's got everything it needs. Making beams. Why is it making beams? The yoke needs beams. Trying to make the bits for everything, you know? Very, very bottlenecked. So I would definitely get more power going before you start on all of this. Ah, brilliant. Power cell base is done. This might help a little bit. These. Every little tiny bit of space is needed. Yeah, so anything that's made, any like solar energy or anything, it will go into those now. Anytime that anything is free, but it probably won't be for a while because I need everything and I need it now. So let's work on the second power base. Then it might work on a wind turbine. I do kind of wish it did the turbine first, but okay, whatever. The silver is doing great. I don't know why I'm taking it out because it won't fit. Got plenty of it anyway. I'll take the stone out. We don't need stone in there at all. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take everything out of here. Because if the arc furnace isn't working, then everything will go towards the... well, everything will go towards the assembler. And if the assembler is working hard, then we can start to make more things to increase the power. Then we can put the arc furnace back on. I think that's going to be our best bet. Because the arc furnace is so power hungry. Oh, look, now it's doing everything quick. See? See? You're going to put some power cells onto the hover. I don't really know where I want them, honestly. Just get on my skateboard so I can jump high. Yeah. Okay, so... my little trick of the day. Could just go behind the seat here. We're just gonna have some like power doofers. As soon as those batteries are done. Oh gosh, I didn't even realize how wonky that seat was. Oh no. I have to get rid of that. A bit of scrappy hull so that I can do my stuff. Our seat is not staying like that. No way. As soon as I put those in, I was like, oh no, what have I done? Okay, let's just get that off. Back on in a slightly more central fashion if I can. Might not be able to. Oh, actually, yeah, that's fine. There we are. I'm probably going to want some kind of block here. Let's do... oh, it's too small. I need my jetpack so bad. To do this on a skateboard is a nightmare. I need something like that. Put the yoke on. It's gonna be ugly, but you know, who cares? Okay, let's get rid of the skateboard. Am I really over encumbered or something here? Earth should I put my inventory? Oh, it's full of rocks. Yeah, that makes sense. But that's allowed everything to be done. Yes, stopping the arc furnace, good idea. Right, so let's take this down. And now what I can do is make a double high one. And that's going to make double the amount of power. And then I can make another one. I can get my yoke, finish off my hovercraft. Gonna make 2 more. And make it really tall. Yeah, that was a good idea. That does also mean that my jetpack's done, right? Yeah. This is what we needed. Jetpack. Less inventory space if you have your jetpack on, but I don't care. I need somewhere to put all this stuff. I can't fit it all in my... that's not too overloaded, actually. Still have 80 rocks in there. Is that what's weighing me down still? Yes. I might have to put the rocks in here. With a bit of luck, Oh yeah, look how much faster it's doing stuff. A bit of luck, it'll just march on through those. And now I can just do this, which is so much better. Right, let's have a look at this. So this is my yoke. Do I want it like that? That looks a bit like wrong. Know something. Let's get that away. Really? I guess that goes away if I reload between now and next episode. Which I may or may not do. It's like once you've had the... No, that's not going to work. Sorry, that's just not going to work. G. Probably something like that would work better. And we'll have that on the top. That looks quite nice. That'll do. And then I can do a bit of shaping around the front. Something like that. Nice, giving it quite a cute nose. Probably better than I was even thinking I was going to do, to be honest. Because this was just going to be like a very, very basic hover, just to add a bit of storage on, to be honest. Talking about storage. Okay, we still don't have enough. Oh, not enough silver. Well, actually, we do. I just couldn't move it in there because there wasn't enough space. There you go. Enjoy your silver. We're still not making excess, you can see, because the batteries are not filling. Got 3 more bits of silicon, which really does just get rid of all that stone nicely. Just super useful. It does look like we're about to get another wind turbine in, so there's no point taking it down yet. But let's get like let's get it 4 high and then see how things go. At the moment it's still kind of just, they should be going. It's a technical term. So I need those to power up so I can have power for my hovercraft. What I should really do as well is make more. Oh, I think it's done. Nice. What are we at? 143. Okay, I can cope with that. There we are. That's what that does. Used all of them. My battery's gonna charge up now. Maybe. Or do they only charge off solar, I wonder? Nah, it's the arc. The arc furnace is still just eating all the power. I think once it's done its next one, I'll take it out. I'll stop it for a while. Let the power build up a bit. I just pick up so many rocks, and silicon is just so much lighter. See, 2 silicon, that's like 16 rocks worth. It's only worth 50. And each rock is worth like 10. So it really condenses it. There's 2 more, 3 more. You know what, I'll just let it go. So you've got 2 more rounds to do. That's quite helpful. There's still a whole load more here for it to chew through, but that's fine. I'll leave it where it is. What happened there? Did I not quite hit the... I'm not sure. I think it's because I tried to put that in there and it didn't quite work. I'm just gonna go look for my gold in no clip. Just make sure that none of it got clipped into the fell through the floor. No, it didn't seem to. That's fine. That's one reason I will use clip no clip for that. Checking on that. The other thing is for linking. Rather than trying to hold a link and go all the way around a ship, I will no clip through the wall. If that wasn't an option, I wouldn't do it, but it is. Oh, okay, we're on our last one. Nice. So then I won't worry about putting anything else into it until we've maybe got a little bit of battery power. What I would like to do is make some more power cells. I'd like to make 4 more. Reason being, once those are full, I can replace them, go out on my missions and errands and do whatever I need to do, and then come back. So I'm hoping that ginormous wind turbine is going to start really helping with things. I mean, I think it did make this go faster, which means it got through its stuff faster, which was a big help. Hey, we have charge on the batteries. Nice. So they will charge off a wind turbine. I'm going to pop one of them onto the hover. It's basically full. It's nearly full. Okay. So I think what we need to do now, get the link tool out. That paint. And we're going to need to start linking things up. So I've got this hovercraft thinger here. And I've got a seat and I've got a yoke. So I believe we need to seat to yoke, yoke to computer. Then I'm going to need thrusters. I forgot about them. There's always something I forget. Two massive thrusters should be plenty for a tiny hovercraft like this. And then I'm also going to want storage. Let's do 6. But this is just a way for me to run around, do my mining. I'll do my mining by hand. You can put mining lasers onto a little ship like this, but probably not worth it, honestly. What it would allow me to do is to hold a lot more. It's a good inventory expansion, and it's good for like speed, I suppose. The thruster's done. Yeah, nice. We've got 8 in the end. Okay. I put like big boy thrusters on. Ah, they don't fit. Sad times. Probably because I've got the computer there. What I can do though. Oh. 8 was not as much as I thought. There are other ways to delete things, but this is the easiest one for me. Just in case you're wondering why I'm doing it like that. Okay, so we've got thrusters. All right, let's take it for a spin and see if it works. A little bit top heavy. Okay, well, it doesn't fall over, so that's great. It does fall to the front a little bit. I'm just going to go into the ride height. I'm going to increase that to like 6 or 7 just to try and make it come up a little bit. No, we're just a little bit too front heavy. So what I'll need to do... Okay, yeah, we're upside down. Come on, you flip. Flip, flip, flip. No, it does not want to flip. It flipped. Okay, cool. So I think what we need to do is to try and weigh it down. Its center of gravity is a bit off. So anti-pitch, spring stiffness, ride height. I'm sure it would tell me somewhere. Center of gravity and things. Oh, I think it was with the link tool, was it? Trying to think. I'm sure it said something. Put it with the link tool or something like that to... No, that's to start a link. Just got to be a bit more careful about it. Probably get it back to... Oh, no. I'll get it back over here. So you can see it's kind of very janky when you're flying it. It's a bit rough. A bit rough around the edges, and that's probably because of all the stuff I've done here. So I probably need to put a couple of blocks on the back just to even it out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll need to move the computer and I may need to relink it. It's using quite large blocks, so... I don't know if that would be enough if I just did that. Just like try and sort of even things out a little bit. Let's give that a try. Oh, getting anywhere without that computer. So that could be like placed with a computer. Honestly, I'm fed up with that being upside down. So let's just hit R twice. It should be the right way up then. Okay, let's just check the links. To the computer at the moment, so let's just link those together. Sometimes it does matter which way around you do it, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on what you're doing. Oh, what happened there? Let me go in my seat, thank you. That is not working very well. Do I still have my... No, I don't have that out. Something's gone very wrong there. I'm just going to pull the link away from... I'm going to pull all the links out, actually, and redo them. It's probably a link problem. So, redoing the link undoes it, basically. Okay, so what we want is... seat to yoke, or is it yoke to seat? Let's just have a look in the help box and just remind myself. So, yoke to computer. Oh, do I maybe not need to? I might not need to go computer to seat then. So it might be a case of if I sit in my seat and control. I have to really pick its nose up. I think it would probably benefit from some sideways thrust. Basically just jamming it into a tree now. It's a bit better, it's a bit better balanced now, but it's still needing a... It still just doesn't turn, so... I think a couple of thrusters for some sideways thrust and we'll be absolutely cooking with gas. Right, so let's see. And then I'll have to stop. But I think we've done quite well. I'll give it a little bit of sideways thrust. Hopefully that should just help it with turning a little bit. So what I'm going to do the really small ones for turning. Thinking maybe a couple there, maybe a couple at the front. Should have another one. Lovely. This is already much fancier than I was planning, but everything is reusable. Now, if you're a clever person, you would use symmetry for that, but I'm not a clever person and I don't. Still think that I think it's turning a lot better. I actually think that possibly some downward thrusters might just help balance it out. But I think that's pretty all right now. It's at least drivable. So that's basically what I would recommend. Is if you're finding that your hover is like rolling over, try and work out which direction it's rolling over. So this one was rolling over because it was tipping forward. So I weighed it down at the back. So center of gravity really matters. I could tell that there was about 3 blocks worth of balancing needing to be done, because the center of it is about here where the seat is. The other thing, you could maybe reposition the seat. It might count the center of gravity from the seat. It might count it from the placement block. I'm not really sure. But, you know, I just base it on behavior. So if it's tipping to the front, I clearly need to add weight to the back. Simple as. Okay, so we've now got 6 storage units. So this is going to help me. Just going to get them bigger. Bigger again. So this is basically going to help me be able to carry a lot more. Yeah. So I'm going to have 12,000 units worth there, 12,000 units worth there. Obviously 24,000 units, I wouldn't normally be able to carry that much at all. It looks like my batteries are all done, so we can fully power that up now. I know it looks really pretty rough, but like I say, it's very temporary at the moment, this one. It's going to eventually get stripped down and made into a proper spacecraft. Which honestly would probably actually just mean taking this off, changing it for a spaceship computer, putting some thrusters on the bottom for lift, and That's it, really. Then it'd be so much better because I won't have to worry about like it turning over and things. It would just lift into the sky with its thrusters rather than these stupid hover things. So yeah, take those off, put some downward thrust on, and then you've got yourself basically a tiny little ship. And then I'll probably expand it and play around with it, take these off and put them back on and la la la. But you've got the very basics here, and it's a very good start for learning how to make a proper ship. Okay, so I might actually gonna pop these in. Cannot wait to relog and get rid of his hoverboard. Oh my goodness, it's so bad. Let the other one go. Yeah. So those can sort of charge up while we're out and about in the hovercraft. I can mine loads of stuff, bring it all back, and use it to build an absolutely amazing spaceship, and we can go to space. So I think that's what we'll do next episode. But I think for this episode, I'm pretty much happy. So we've built a tiny base, tiny but effective. Oh, go on. You know what? Before we end this, let's just do one more tiny thing. And it's just a little thing to make me feel a bit better about myself. There. Okay, so it is compact, but it is effective. You basically need enough room for an arc furnace, some kind of power generation, a couple of crucibles, an assembly thing, and a workbench. You probably don't even need that much, but this is enough to get you started with a small base. Okay, so you don't really need to make anything huge or anything complex. You can just make a tiny little starter base like this one. I would like to actually show that there just so I can maybe make a thumbnail out of it. Although probably for this channel, I won't be doing bespoke thumbnails anyway. So you probably don't need to worry about that quite as much anymore, which is a bit of a relief. I'm not going to lie. So anyway, that's going to be it for today. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then please do leave me a like below. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe and I can let you know when videos are out. Hope to see you next time. In the meantime, please look after yourselves and keep being awesome.